So please welcome to the stage, Amitkhanna! Alright. Have you ever felt that being a corporate person, working 9 to 5, you're doing fantastic technically, you get a meeting invite from the head of the department, or from the vice president, or from the CEO that you have to present. It's that panic moment. You make your fantastic presentation, go there just to realize that you have a good content, but you just don't know how to deliver it. They couldn't understand the things properly. You couldn't connect with them. I have found that most of the employees that I worked with over the last 2 decades is that everyone joins a corporate life to get and climb the corporate ladder. And we just lack out on this area called as soft skills. And I also realized that there is an ancient technique that we know about, we heard about, you all know about it, you've been through it, you've gone through it during your childhood. It's just that we forget it. And it's called as storytelling. I can see faces lighting up. Now, the question is, how stories are going to impact my presentation? How is it going to make my CEO amazed what I'm saying about? It's all technical, Amit. But let me tell you this. Harvard research has found out that solving the most complex ideas using stories is the best way to connect, bond, and ensure have a better retention later on. Now, during 2014, I was this newly appointed certified project manager, and I was in this room a little bigger than this with 43 people and leadership around. I presented, and at the 23-minute of my presentation, one of the senior leaders stood up saying that, "Thank you, Amit, great slides, but I just don't know what you're trying to say. I don't know what you're trying to communicate." I was humiliated. I thought that my career is over. I thought that I have to pack up and go back. And then my resource manager came to me saying that, "You're a certified project manager. You're supposed to be good at soft skills." Trust me, I just wanted to find the person named soft skill and kill that person. That's the amount of frustration I had, And then I decided I better nail this soft skill down. And I started Googling around. And I realized that soft skill was a communication, connection, and all these fancy words. But while I was pondering on connection, it took me back to 1994. I was 15 years old. And I was in this weird hospital. And I still remember sitting on this grumpy sofa and my mother cried. And she cried, and I ran quickly to a door. And the doorknob, I still remember, the silver color, cold when I touched it. I saw it up, and it said, "I see you." And below that, it said, "Please remove your shoes." And I entered in, and went to a chair, a table, and I saw on the top of the monitor, and it was blinking up, down, up, down, up, down. Now, at age 15, with watching a lot of Hindi movies, I knew that it's a good sign. I knew that's a good sign, and I looked down. That's where my father was, and he was on this bed with all the tubes running in his nose and throat and his arms. And I was wondering, why was my mother cried? Maybe she's gone a bit crazy. And while I was thinking that, a tap came onto my shoulder, and I looked up, and the nurse said, "Get out." And I went back, and I saw my mother hugging her brother. And I'm like, all right, emotions, maybe, old lady. And then, after a couple of hours, everyone started crying. And I rushed back again, and I went in, and now on the monitor, it was a straight line. And I know again from the movies that means something is wrong. I didn't understand the word death at that time, but I knew that there is something wrong. We took the body, we cremated him, 14 days passed by, and it was just me and my mother, just like another day. We got up in the morning. I didn't tell you one thing, is that me and my father never bonded. We never connected. We actually never spoke. All I was looking out is 6 p.m. he will come in. I'll go and get a chocolate from him, and that's pretty much it. 6 p.m. struck that day. He didn't turn up. I went to my balcony looking for him. I couldn't see him. And then 6:20, nothing happened. I went back to the apartment and I saw a frame of his photo. And there was a garland on top of it. That day I realized that's what death means. He'll never come back physically. He'll never do that. And I went back inside the room and I cried. And I cried and I cried and I cried. I just didn't cry because I lost him. I cried because I realized that I will never have a father whom I can connect with. And that pinched me. That hurted me. And after 2 decades, I am seeing the same word, connection, now tied up with this soft skill. And God bless me, I was so irritated again that I would have killed that soft skill then. And that's where I realized I need to do something. I need to do something so that now I can connect better. Now I should know what the word connection means and what bonding means, even if it is in the corporate world. And that's where I stumbled upon storytelling. And I dive more into it, learn from many people, and I created something of my own. And I would like to present that to you. And the title says, Kill the Soft Skill. Why I chose that? Because I literally started hating it. And it's a 5-step framework that you can definitely go on to my site, amitkhanna.com.au, and look into it further. Thank you.
And what a storyteller you are. The art of story is to bring people into the story with you. I was there with you. I felt that cold door handle. That's an art form, and you have discovered it, the art and the science of story, when it comes together and it brings everybody along for the ride with you. More people need to master the art of story. I love a great story. Where this takes you is limitless, because stories are the glue that holds a message together. You know that. You've discovered that. Now we just need to teach everybody else. And what I like is that title of yours. Poor old soft skill. Rest his soul. Yeah. But when you bring this together, it could be a book. Have you written this in a book yet?
No, not yet.
Start writing, please. I can see this as a book for you, because there's the Steve Jobs book on his ability on being a great storyteller, but there's no book out there that goes deep dive into the science and the art and brings it together as one on how to craft a message, a story in a business sense. To simplify that structure, and I can't wait, I want to hear what this structure is, by the way. You've got me wanting more, which is a great storyteller again. Write this book, get it out there, and then where it goes from there, nobody knows. But start writing. You need to get this into a book and start now. Sure. Make sure you do it. All right? Amit, well done. Thank you.